Okay, you're in gear 3, yeah. Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today we have another mock driving test. Any of you that are learning to drive, please check out the ultimate driving course and my driving footwear. The links are in the description below or in and around this video. So today's learner driver is Ada, and for those of you who are watching for the first time, the learners that turn up here, I've never met them before. They're just here for me to assess their driving to find out whether they're ready for the actual test or not. And if you want to take part in one of these mock tests, which is absolutely free, all you need to do is drop us a message at DGN Driving and we just select learners randomly. Okay, Ada, so could you tell us a bit about your driving, please?
So I've had about 22 hours of driving lessons.
Okay.
But I also drive like my parents around in between, so like shopping and stuff, like to the gym and things like that.
Cool. So is there anything that you don't feel too confident on? Have you covered everything?
I haven't covered emergency stop. That's the only thing I haven't covered. And also show me, tell me questions. We haven't gone through that.
Okay, cool. But we'll leave that out then, yeah? Okay. But obviously, you got to go through that before you test, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, show me, tell me questions. You can find them on the channel anyway, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Right, so you've been watching the videos. Do you know how these mock tests work, yeah?
Yes.
If you do make a fault, we'll talk about that at the end of the test, yeah? But for those of you who are watching, I will talk about any faults or any good points as well just before they happen, yeah? Any questions before we start?
No.
Cool. So we won't be following the sat-nav. On your test, the examiner can make you follow the sat-nav or follow direction signs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to make you follow direction signs, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, in between. So whenever you're ready, if you could move off for me, please.
Yeah.
At the end of the road, if you could turn left. So we're just leaving the test centre, and when emerging out of this junction, Ada selects third gear instead of first. She stalls, but this wouldn't have been a serious fault if she had checked and got the correct gear after stalling. She doesn't realise and stalls again, so I have to help her out. Okay, you're in gear 3, yeah. Ada takes a bit too long to move off when the lights turn green. Two roundabouts coming up quite close together, yeah. The first roundabout, turn right, third exit. Coming up now is another serious driving fault.
The videos obviously help you because you're going into that lesson knowing exactly what you're going to do, and just having that knowledge just makes that lesson faster and you feel a lot better.
38 easy to understand, precise videos covering every single topic required to pass the driving test. These are not just theory based, they are practical videos demonstrating everything from moving off and stopping a vehicle to all of the maneuvers and every other module required. So if you're lacking knowledge, or maybe your instructor has forgotten to cover something, or you're just not grasping a certain topic, then this course has it covered. You can watch the videos before your driving lessons, which means you'll get into the car knowing exactly what to do. This will definitely save you time on your lessons. And then at the second roundabout, turn left. She enters this first roundabout well. Now there is traffic building up on the roundabout. Ada should have stopped behind the traffic and exited onto the left lane, as I have told her that we are turning left at the next roundabout. She exits onto the right hand lane, which isn't a problem, but then doesn't get into the correct lane for turning left. Turning left at the next roundabout here. This lane that we are in is for going straight ahead, so that's what she should have done from this position. Remember, going the wrong way is not her fault, but she decides to turn left from this lane.
You said we're turning.
Yeah, we were supposed to be turning left. Roundabout, turn right, second exit. She approaches this mini roundabout well and stops for a vehicle, which is fine, but then continues to wait when it is safe to go. Traffic lights, turn right please. At this right turn, Ada selects third gear instead of first. Luckily she doesn't stall and sorts it out. Now I'm going to ask Ada to park up and then move off. This is something the examiner will ask you to do at least twice during your driving test. She stops and moves off well using the correct routines. And if you could park up anywhere safe on the left please.
Okay.
Thank you, and move off when you're ready. Now I'm going to ask her to do the parking on the right maneuver. Ada does make another serious fault when doing this. Okay, when it's safe to do so, if you could park up on the right hand side of the road please.
Okay.
She starts off well and parks up safely in a good position. Okay, and if you could reverse back 2 columns.
Okay.
Sorry, you have to lift the lever up in front,
yeah. I'm not used to this one. You just
little button at the front. That's it. That's it. Before reversing, Ada checks all around. There are pedestrians on the pavement and oncoming vehicles, so she waits, which is good. She forgets to release the handbrake before moving, which isn't really an issue, as she realises and sorts it out. But she should have stopped for these oncoming vehicles, as we are on their side of the road. She doesn't stop, so I have to intervene. Okay, stop. So you know any cars that are close by and they're nearby, you gotta stop from here.
Okay.
And for some reason, she stays to the right quite a bit, so our vehicle ends up on the pavement. Eventually, I ask her to stop and then move off.
Do you want me to carry on?
Yeah, you've got
Do you want me to
to
carry on?
Yeah. Okay, stop there. And move off whenever you're ready, please. When moving off, only move the car if it's totally safe. Don't just edge forward a little, as the examiner could think that you're about to go. I did think that Ada was about to go, but she was just edging forward. At this roundabout, we are going straight ahead. We can see from the markings that you can use both lanes. Ideally, we teach you to use the left lane when you have a choice of two. This means you'll end up on the left lane after the roundabout. Ada selects the right hand lane, which isn't a problem, but there was no need for the right signal after entering the roundabout, as we are going straight ahead. At this roundabout, we are going straight ahead, which is the third exit. Ada approaches well and selects the correct lane. The first two exits are both towards the left, so for those exits, you should be in the left-hand lane. Like I just said, Ada is in the correct lane for the third exit, but instead of taking the third, she takes the second exit. So therefore, use the wrong lane for that exit. A good tip for roundabouts is always know what number exit you are taking and ensure you count the exits when on the roundabout. At this roundabout, Ada shows really good lane discipline. When turning right, we have a choice of two lanes. Just as I mentioned at the roundabouts, when you have a choice of two lanes, it's best to select the left one so you'll end up in the left lane after the turn. Again, Ada selects the right hand lane, which isn't an issue as long as she keeps to her lane. But she doesn't and drifts over to the left lane. She did take a quick look in the mirror, but it was too late. And if you could park up on the left, please. Now we are back at the test centre. Let's find out what Ada thought about her driving. Thank you, and switch off the engine, please. And take out the key for me. Thank you. Okay, so that's the end of the test, Ada. How do you think it went?
Failed.
Okay, any idea what on?
You know when we were just coming out and I put it on 3 by accident? instead of
Yeah.
1?
Yeah. So that was right at the start, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know when you stalled, you're pretty decent on the clutch. Yeah. So if you stall, make sure you double check your gear. Like you had enough time there. Like you know when you stalled. Luckily there was no one coming. Yeah. So I gave you another chance. And then even second time round there was a lorry, but that was turning in.
Yeah.
So you still had enough time. Yeah. Even if you'd done it the third time, you'd have been okay with it. But you weren't checking your gear, so I had to come in there. Okay. So a stall wouldn't have been a serious if you had just checked your gear there. You'd have been okay. Okay. But at least that's not going to happen in your actual test now, is it?
No.
Good. Okay. Any other faults you noticed?
Maybe actual driving, I think it was fine, but it's mainly just like, you know, the roundabouts,
Yeah.
which I was talking about before.
Yeah. Especially when I made you to follow the signs and that as well. How did you find following the signs?
Okay.
Okay. So you try and work out what number exit you're taking as well. You know when you look at the sign.
Okay.
Yeah. So as well as the direction, yeah. On one of the roundabouts, we were going straight ahead, which was the third exit. If you'd looked at the sign.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know the little direction lines telling you which the exits. Yeah. Count them, and if you're not sure, ask beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if it is independent driving, if you're not 100%, just double check. Say is it the second or third exit? Okay, and the examiner will help you out with that. Okay, but so that roundabout was supposed to go straight ahead the third exit, but you went into you approached correctly in the middle lane, but instead of taking the third exit, you took the second one, which was to the left.
Okay.
Okay, so the on that roundabout there are 2 exits that go to the left, so you're in the wrong lane.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's mainly just roundabouts. To be honest. I think it's because I'm used to the roundabouts I'm doing. Maybe that's what it is, because I know how to do those ones. So I think I need to start going to places that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, that's something that I think a lot of learners just get used to doing. Like, you know, if you do the same roundabouts again and again, you get comfortable with it. Yeah,
that's what it is.
Okay, but when you do something different, that's where your knowledge really shows up. Yeah. Okay, so. Yeah, there were a few faults on the roundabout. Yeah. The manoeuvre.
Stopping and starting.
Yeah, when I asked you to park up on the left, that was fine. When I asked you to park up on the right, that was our manoeuvre. How did that go?
Not good.
Yeah. So basically, you stopped in a good position. Yeah, it was a safe enough gap from the oncoming vehicle. Yeah. If the oncoming vehicle's quite close, you can just wait in the middle of the road. Yeah. So the first thing you do is look for a safe place to stop. Say if you wanted to stop by that wooden pole is, yeah, you could stop in the middle of the road here as if you're turning right, yeah, and wait for the oncoming cars to pass, and then park up in a position, yeah. So you parked up well anyway, yeah. Okay. But then after that, when I asked you to reverse, you're waiting for that lady who's with the dog. Then you waited for the cyclist to pass, which was good. You waited for the bus to pass. Then you started reversing, yeah. It was fine when you started, but then any vehicles that come close to you, remember you're on their side of the road. Yeah, you've got to stop for them. You weren't stopping for them. Okay, and then when you were reversing, did you notice you ended up on the curb, on the pavement?
I did.
Yeah, you were on the pavement quite a bit. Okay, so just that would have been a serious in itself. Yeah, your positioning, but for the observations as well. Okay, not stopping for the oncoming vehicles. And then when I asked you to move off, oncoming car, yeah, there's a car on the left as well. You started moving to the left. I don't think you were about to go anyway, but you started edging towards the left a little bit. Okay, only start moving to the left to move off when it's clear from both front and behind. Okay, so be careful with that maneuver. I did make you do it on a busy road as well. Yeah. Okay, because that's where all the all the skills that you've learnt. Yeah, like a lot of instructors do make you do a nice quiet road. Yeah. There's not much danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the kind of road you should get used to doing it on.
I think so as well, yeah.
Okay. That and the final one, you know, when we turn right at the traffic lights, so there were 2 lanes when I asked you to follow signs to Wolverhampton, the last sign you followed, it was to the right. So you had a choice of 2 lanes that both turned right. You selected the right one, which is fine. You could have used the left one at the because they both went to the right, yeah? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so because you started off in the right-hand lane, you should have stuck to your lane and exited, but you just came over.
I went to the left.
Into the left. You understand that, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Any questions? Thanks a lot, Ida, for coming down to do the mock test. And guys, like always, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.